Back to episode 2. Jian Villa, Lee Ho, and Taehyung were sitting in the huge living room in front of Jian-soo and her son-in-law, Seokjin. Taehyung was fidgeting with his fingers. He was nervous. Seokjin looked at Jian-soo, who was looking at Taehyung. Jian-soo, sorry, Mrs. Lee, your son doesn't seem eligible to me for my son. I'm not discarding him. Just he's too frugal. I don't think he will able to handle my son. I hope you have got my point. You can leave. Thanks for your coming, Mrs. Lee. Got shocked hearing this, while Taehyung became happy after hearing this. Can't leave. A voice came from behind, which startled everyone, especially Mrs. John and Seokjin. Honey came to Lee's household. She rang the bell. After some time, the door opened, relieving Lee Sung. Honey gave a knowing look to Lee Sung. She really hates this person. She is wishing that this person doesn't know Taehyung, otherwise she will kill him brutally. Lee Sung, are you gonna stare at my handsome face or say something? Honey said angrily. Handsome face and you. My foot. Tell Taehyung that I'm here to meet him. Lee Sung, he is not home. Mother has taken him into Jeon Villa. Honey's heart started beating abnormally. Lee Sung closed the door on Honey's face. Honey thought, oh no, this greedy Lee Ho is gonna sold Taehyung. I have to do something. I can't let Taehyung to be sold to young Master Jian. Saying this, Honey started going again. From there, it was almost evening time. Lee Ho and Taehyung were the last. The other people had just left since Mrs. Jian didn't like a single option for her son. Jian so liked Taehyung, but looking at Taehyung's physique, she rejected him too, as she knows her son's aggressive behavior and she doesn't want this timid little boy to suffer much. She wanted someone who can stand against Jungkook and can bear Jungkook's aggressive behavior and his younger. Taehyung was happy that finally he doesn't have to stay in Jeon Villa and marry young Master Jeon, as Mrs. Jeon has rejected him. But Lee Ho wasn't happy by this decision at all. She opened her mouth to say something but got startled when she heard a rough, cold, and dominating voice from behind. He can't leave. A voice came from behind which startled everyone, especially Jin and Jian-soo. Jian-soo was shockingly looking at Jungkook, who was standing by the stairs and was staring at Taehyung. Jian-soo was too shocked, as it's been 5 years since Jungkook didn't come out of his room and now he is standing in front of them. Jian-soo went towards Jungkook and asked with teary eyes while touching Jungkook's face, Jungkook, my son, you came out of your room. I'm so happy to see you here standing in front of me. Jungkook didn't reply to his mother. Instead, he was staring at Taehyung without blinking. Taehyung was feeling uncomfortable by the way Jungkook was staring at him. For a second, Taehyung looked into Jungkook's eyes and they felt like their world stopped. Jungkook's eyes were hypnotizing for Taehyung. He couldn't utter his gaze from Jungkook. Jin was noticing Taehyung and Jungkook while Lee Ho was confusedly looking at others. Jungkook broke the eye contact when his mother shook him. Jian-soo, Jungkook, why aren't you replying? Jungkook said, pointing at Taehyung. He is my mate. I wouldn't let him go anywhere. Jian-soo looked at Taehyung once and then at Jungkook. She was about to say something but stopped it on hearing some noises coming from outside. The other also looked towards and the gate. They saw a girl trying to come inside the villa, but the guards weren't letting her go. She was cursing the guards and telling them to leave her. Taehyung said, running towards Honey, "Honey, what are you doing here?" Jiansu asked Lee-ho, "Who is this girl?" Lee-ho replied, "She is Taehyung's friend, a doctor." Jungkook was getting angry to see on seeing Taehyung being close to someone other than himself. He wanted to go and snatch Taehyung from that girl. Jeon-soo gestured the guards to let Hani go. The guards obeyed and then left from there. Hani said, holding Taehyung's arms, "Taehyung, I am here to take you away from here. I know your aunt has forced you for all this, but I wouldn't let anything bad happen to you. You don't need to be scared. I will stand behind you and protect you." Taehyung was staring at Hani. He was seeing some different kind of emotions in Hani's eyes. Maybe those emotions were always there, but Taehyung was. Jungkook had enough. He growled angrily, which scared everyone present in the living room. Jungkook hurriedly went towards Taehyung and Hani and pulled Taehyung towards himself. Jiansu and others were shocked as Jungkook walked too fast towards Taehyung and Hani, not like a normal human speed. Jungkook said, glaring at Hani, "He is my mate. Don't dare to touch him again, otherwise res- you will be responsible for whatever happens to you after that." Taehyung felt he will run down his spine as on hearing such dominating tone of Jungkook. Hani also stumbled a little, hearing such dominating and powerful voice of Jungkook. Hani steadied herself and then said, "I don't believe on whatever you are saying. No one can force Taehyung for anything. He is not a thing that someone will sold him and the other will buy him on whatever amount. He is priceless. No one can pay his price." Jungkook said, still glaring at Hani, "I know that my mate is priceless. There is no need to you to remind me. You just stay away from my mate." Jungkook again growled and held Taehyung more securely. The environment was getting tense. Jungkook and Hani's anger filling the living room, suffocating the soft-hearted people. Jian-soo came near Jungkook and said with great difficulty, "Jungkook, control yourself. You are suffocating us." Taehyung was feeling like he will faint any time. Taehyung said, rubbing Jungkook's chest while trying to catch his breath, "Calm down, please." Jungkook started to cool down, calm down after hearing his mate's painful voice. Hani also tried to calm down, seeing Taehyung's pain. Jian-soo said, "Let's sit down and resolve this matter." The others agreed. They all sat down in the sofa in living room. Seokjin, "Let's wait for Namjoon." The others agreed. Jungkook and Hani were glaring at each other. Hani, Lee-ho, Jungkook, Taehyung, Namjoon and his husband Seokjin were sitting in the living room. Jungkook and Hani were glaring at each other. Namjoon, who arrived at Jeon Villa half an hour ago. Namjoon, "We should ask Taehyung that what he wants. His decision will be final." Jungkook said, crawling, "Hyung, he can't leave me. He is my mate." Namjoon said, "I know, Jungkook, but you can't force him." Jungkook gritted his teeth. He was glaring at Taehyung and telling him with his eyes to agree to stay here, otherwise he will bear the consequences. Taehyung took a deep breath and then said, "I don't know." Taehyung couldn't even complete his sentence and Jungkook growled. With Jungkook's growl, everyone frozen with red dust surrounding them. Taehyung got scared, looking at Jungkook's angry expression. Jungkook said, coming towards Taehyung, "You, Kim Taehyung, you can't refuse. I wouldn't allow you. You are my mate. In previous life, I didn't get to spend time with you and someone kill Slag's head. But now I want you to close to me. Don't refuse." soft and expression. I promise I wouldn't hurt you and will keep you happy. You will be free to do whatever you want. Expect of staying away. Expect for staying away from others. You can't get close to others. I don't like this. Did you got my point? Taehyung was silently staring at Jungkook. He couldn't process what was happening around him. Taehyung was Jungkook now stood face to face with Taehyung. He was staring at Taehyung like he wants to see through Taehyung's soul. Taehyung felt severe. Jungkook extended his hand and softly touched Taehyung's cheek, saying, "Mate, don't you have anything to say or ask?" Taehyung felt severe down his spine as Jungkook started caressing his face gently. Taehyung hesitantly asked, "What are you?" Jungkook smiled and then said, I'm a vampire, my beautiful mate." Taehyung's eyes widened hearing this. He couldn't believe his ears. Taehyung was shocked after hearing that Jungkook is a vampire. He couldn't believe his ears. He was staring at Jungkook with widened eyes. Jungkook couldn't understand why his mate is staring at him like that. Suddenly, Jungkook tightly shut his eyes and covered his ears with his hand as Taehyung shouted with the top of his lungs. Taehyung said excitedly, hoping like a little tiger while grabbing Jungkook's hand. "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you are a vampire. That's great. You know what? Vampire is my favorite supernatural creature. I am so happy to see you alive, one alive face to face, cause was laughing happily while Jungkook was shockingly looking at Taehyung. Taehyung said excitedly, holding Jungkook's hand, "Can you turn into your vampire self now? I want to see you, please." Taehyung was looking at Jungkook with puppy eyes while swinging Jungkook's hand. Jungkook was standing there like a mannequin. Jungkook came out of his sense after Taehyung pinched his arm. Jungkook said, "Yes, what did you say?" Taehyung said, pouting, "You are ignoring me now. Didn't you said earlier that you will keep me happy? Are you breaking your promise?" Jungkook couldn't understand Taehyung's childlike behavior. Jungkook said, "I will do whatever you say, but first you have to agree to marry me." Taehyung said, smiling, "I will. It's gonna be thrilled to live with a vampire." Jungkook slightly smiled and started caressing Taehyung's face lovingly. "My beautiful mate, I am happy that you have agreed to marry me." Taehyung leaned in and touched. In the touch, he was rubbing his face on Jungkook's hand. Taehyung asked curiously, "Does your family know what you are a vampire?" Jungkook replied, "No, they don't. I will tell them one day, but first I will tell you everything about my past after our wedding." Taehyung said, "Oh, okay." Jungkook said, "Now can you sit on your place? I'm gonna unfreeze everyone." Taehyung nodded. He settled down on his place. Jungkook snapped his finger and everyone, within a blink of an eye, everyone unfroze. Jiansu asked, looking at Taehyung, "Boy, what's your decision?" Taehyung looked at Jungkook, who nodded. Taehyung said with a smile, "I am ready." Hani got shocked hearing this and she was looking at Taehyung with disappointment. Jungkook, Namjoon, Jin got happy. Jiansu didn't show any emotion while Lee-ho was more than happy because finally she gonna get a huge amount of money. Hani got up from her seat and started to leave. Taehyung gave a look at Jungkook and then went after Hani. Hani had already reached the gate. Taehyung said, "Honey, wait up." Honey stopped it. Her head was hanging low. Taehyung said, standing in front of Honey, "Honey, I am sorry." Honey asked, "Sorry for what?" Taehyung said, "I guess you didn't see seems happy for my decision. Do you perhaps have a crush on me? Honey stared at him for a while and then said, You realize it too late. Now everything is over. You belong to someone else. It's my fault. I loved the wrong person who didn't have feeling for me ever. I wish you blessed and happy life ahead. Taehyung smiled. Sorry and thank you. You were always my best friend and you will be. I wish you find your true love soon. Honey simply nodded and then started leaving. Taehyung was looking at Honey's returning figure. He sighed and then came back. Taehyung glanced at Jungkook, who was glaring at him. Taehyung ignored him and sat on his place. Lee said, Madam Jeon, as you chosen my son, then about the reward, you will get that, Jungkook said, interrupting Lee-ho. Lee-ho smiled happily. Jeon so said, Kim Tae-hyung will stay here from now on. Leo said, yes, I agree with that. Tae-hyung can stay here. I will send his luggage tomorrow. Jian so, no need. I will buy new stuff for Tae-hyung, and if there is something necessary, you can bring those for him. Tae-hyung said, can I go back home today? I will come back tomorrow with my important stuff. Jungkook replied, you can go tomorrow there. You will go for shopping with Jin-hyung tomorrow. So no way back. You can go to your home. Jian so said, yes, Jungkook is right. Namjoon and Jin also agreed. Unwillingly, Taehyung had to agree. After dinner, Lee-ho left with a check on of 20 million won. The servants had already prepared a room for Taehyung beside Jungkook's room. Ji-soo and Namjoon were very happy seeing Jungkook mingling with them and eating with them happily like before. Ji-soo was crying while hugging her son. How much she waited for this moment to see her son fit and fine. Namjoon was wishing that Jungkook control his anger and be good to his mate. To be continued. Everyone, what do you think about the story and what is gonna happen next? How is Jungkook gonna behave and how he became a vampire? We will get to know all this in the future episodes. Hope you will love it. See you again. Bye bye.